Neighbors had seen bright lights that night. At exactly 3:15 a.m., an unexpected sound had echoed through the quiet countryside of Kansas. But what Robert Martinez found in his field that morning would make that night unforgettable. Perfect shapes spanning 200 meters and an unexplainable mystery. Welcome to Shelley's Mysterious Files. The story I'm sharing with you today covers an extraordinary case that occurred in Kansas in 2019. The crop circles discovered by farmer Robert Martinez in his field would astonish genetic experts as much as UFO researchers. Let's begin. Welcome, Robert. Thank you for being our guest. Can you tell us about that morning? What did you first notice when you went to your field, and what did you feel at that moment?
Hello, Shelley. Thank you. I can never forget that morning. July 15th, 2019, Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. I went out to check my fields. The same routine for 30 years. But that morning, when I drove my pickup to the top of the hill, I was stunned by what I saw. There were giant geometric shapes in the middle of my fields.
When you first saw it, did you understand what it was? What was your first thought?
At first, I thought it was vandalism. Maybe teenagers had damaged something. But as I got closer, this was no human work. Too big, too perfect, too complex.
Can you describe these shapes in more detail? What were their dimensions and pattern like?
The main circle was exactly 60 meters in diameter. Around it were three smaller circles, each 20 meters in diameter. There were perfectly straight lines connecting these circles to each other, as if drawn with a giant compass.
How many years have you been farming, and have you ever encountered anything like this before?
I've been farming on this land for 30 years. I inherited this property from my father. I've seen every kind of natural disaster from tornadoes to hail, but something like this I've never seen.
When you went down to the field and entered these shapes, what did you discover? Did the plants look like normal trampling?
That was the strangest part, Shelley. The plants weren't trampled. They were bent, as if heated and softened and bent toward the ground. And they were all laid down in the same direction, bent clockwise.
Was this bending style meaningful to you? Had you ever seen plants bent like this before?
No, definitely not. Corn stalks are very hard and brittle. Normally when trampled, they break and snap. But these were processed like hot plastic. None of them had breaks.
Who did you first share this situation with? What reactions did you get from your family and neighbors?
I first told my wife, Susan. She came and saw it and was very surprised. Then I called neighbor Jack Williams. He also came and took photos with his phone. We were all in shock.
Did you talk to your neighbor Jack? Had he noticed anything that night?
Jack experienced very strange things that night. At 3:15 a.m., he saw bright orange lights from his house windows, and he heard a very strange sound, like an electrical transformer explosion, but much more powerful.
Did other neighbors also experience anything abnormal that night? Were there any witnesses to these events?
Yes, Mary and Tom Henderson also saw lightning flashing without thunder at the same hours, and they said the dogs were very restless that night. They stopped barking and started whining.
After these strange observations, did you report the situation to authorities? Where was the first place you thought to call?
I first called the sheriff's department. I wanted to report it as a damage case, but when the sheriff came and saw, he was also surprised. He said, "This is no human work."
What kind of process did the sheriff's department follow on this matter? Did they start an official investigation?
Sheriff Mike Davidson was very professional. He took photos, made measurements, but frankly, he didn't know what to do. He had never encountered such a thing before.
After this incident, did it attract media attention? Did local news show interest in this situation?
Yes, the Wichita TV channel news team came. They did interviews and filmed with drones. The footage was so impressive that it was broadcast on national news.
After the media interest, did scientists also come? Did experts in the field examine your land?
Dr. Linda Chen and her team from Kansas University came. For 3 days, they took soil samples, collected plant specimens. They conducted a very serious scientific examination.
How did the results of the first tests conducted by Dr. Chen and her team turn out? Did they detect any abnormalities?
The initial results were shocking. They found magnetic field readings in the soil 300% above normal levels, and there were radiation traces in the plants.
Radiation traces? What did this mean, and was it dangerous?
Dr. Chen explained non-ionizing radiation, not harmful, but at a level impossible to occur naturally, as if the plants had been exposed to a very powerful electromagnetic field.
Was the most shocking discovery the DNA tests? How were these tests conducted, and what were the results?
The biggest shock was in the DNA tests. Changes were found in the genetic structure of the corn plants in the affected area. Dr. Chen said this corn is no longer completely the same species.
How are the DNA changes explained? Are such changes naturally possible?
Dr. Chen's explanation was this. For these genetic changes to occur naturally would take millions of years, but here it happened within a few hours. They couldn't explain it completely.
How long did the laboratory analysis last, and what else was discovered during this time?
The analyses lasted 6 weeks. Every week, new surprising findings came. The mineral composition of the soil had changed. The growth rate of plants had increased. Even seed fertility rates were different.
During these analyses, did government agencies show any interest?
After the 3rd week, officials from USDA came. They were very formal and cold. They requested copies of all test results. They explained it was for national security reasons.
Did USDA's behavior worry you? Did you think there was a cover-up about this?
Frankly, yes. Why would crop circles in the field be a national security issue, and why do they want all the data? It was as if they were trying to hide something.
How did Dr. Chen and her team react to this government intervention?
Dr. Chen was very uncomfortable. She said scientific research cannot be interfered with, but I felt she was under pressure. She started talking less afterwards.
After the crop circles formed, did you experience any changes in that area of your field?
Very strange things happened. The corn we harvested from that area was 40% larger than the others, and the soil in that area became very fertile even without any fertilization.
How long did this increased fertility last? Is it still showing its effect?
5 years have passed, and that area is still the most fertile part of my fields. It's as if the soil has been programmed. We get record harvests from there every year.
Have other farmers also discovered similar formations in their fields? Have you heard any word-of-mouth news about this?
Yes, but most don't want to talk. 3 farmers in the neighboring county experienced similar things, but they're afraid to talk to the media. They say, "We don't want to appear crazy."
Did UFO researchers examine the case? Did anyone from organizations like MUFON come?
Sarah Williams from MUFON came. She was a very experienced researcher. She had been studying crop circles for 25 years. She said, "This is the most perfect formation I've ever seen."
What was Sarah Williams' analysis and evaluation? What distinguished your case from others?
According to Sarah, most crop circles are hoaxes, meaning fake, but ours had 5 pieces of evidence that couldn't be faked. DNA changes, soil anomalies, perfect geometry, the bending pattern of plants, and magnetic field changes.
Was she saying that none of these 5 pieces of evidence could be faked?
Exactly. She said faking these pieces of evidence would be harder than making a UFO. Especially for DNA changes, laboratory environment, and very advanced technology would be needed.
How have your thoughts about this event developed from that day to today? Have you found other explanations?
I've been thinking for 5 years. I've considered all logical explanations: meteorological event, secret military test, natural phenomena. None of them fit.
So what do you think is the most logical explanation? What could be the force that created your field?
Frankly, Shelley, I can't explain it other than technology from another planet. The lights the neighbors saw that night, the perfection of the crop circles, the DNA changes, they're all connected.
How has this experience affected your worldview? Have your thoughts about the universe changed?
Of course it changed. I now know we're not alone, and they're much more advanced than us, but why they're here, what they want, I don't know.
Do people come wanting to visit your field? How do you cope with this situation?
A lot of curious people come, UFO tourists, researchers, photographers. Sometimes 20 to 30 people come per day. It's good economically, but exhausting.
What does your family think about this situation? Do they approach it with an open mind like you?
My wife Susan was skeptical at first, but when she saw the evidence, she was convinced. My son is studying agricultural science in college. He's very excited about this topic, too.
Have you had any contact from the government afterwards? Did they visit you again?
They came once or twice more. They told me to mark some information as classified for national security, but they didn't give details.
After the news in the media, did you get contact from other UFO witnesses?
Yes, a lot. Emails come from all over the world. People who have experienced similar things share their stories. I realize we're not alone.
Do you want this case to continue being researched scientifically?
Absolutely. Science exists to find the truth. These crop circles and DNA changes are very important scientific evidence. They should be researched more.
Finally, are you happy to have experienced this, or would you have preferred never to have experienced it?
I'm happy. It was a life-changing experience. Very few people witness something like this. Scary, but also exciting.
We thank Robert Martinez very much for sharing this incredible story with us. This extraordinary crop circle case in Kansas is one of the most compelling physical evidence cases of the UFO phenomenon. This case, supported by DNA analysis, soil anomalies, and witness testimonies, has generated great interest in the scientific community. The genetic changes found by Dr. Linda Chen and her team cannot be explained by conventional science. The mathematical precision and biological effects of the crop formation found in Robert's Field challenge human-made explanations. All 5 of MUFON researcher Sarah Williams' authentic criteria are present in this case. What do you think? Did extraterrestrial technology really operate in Kansas fields? Are DNA changes evidence of alien intervention? Why is government involvement so secretive? We may not be able to fully know the answers to these questions, but Robert Martinez's experience brings a new scientific perspective to the crop circles phenomenon and shows the importance of physical evidence. See you in the next video. Don't forget to follow us.